All right, y'all. So-called negotiations between Canelo Alvarez and Caleb Plant have broken off. I'm not even gonna give y'all my opinion on it, my take on it. Just gonna do it old school and read the article to you. You know what I'm saying? As it's written. Article on ESPN by Mike Coppinger states Canelo Alvarez and Caleb Plant fight talks break off over disagreement in contract. Canelo's long-term goal of becoming an undisputed boxing champion is further from reality than ever since he won his third 168-pound title in May. Boxing's top star was on the verge of a deal to meet Caleb Plant and on September 18th in Las Vegas, a PBC on Fox pay-per-view, a pact that was in the works for weeks. But at the 11th hour, talks have broken off over disagreement in the contract. The contract was passed back and forth between Alvarez's team and Al Haymon's PBC over the weekend after multiple edit requests. The deal collapsed over the stalemate. His bark is bigger than his bite, Plant told ESPN during a phone conversation. This is on Tuesday evening. Canelo was offered the highest guarantee of his career. He was set to make $40 million plus Mexican TV rights and his Hennessy sponsorship. No problem, let's fight. We gave it to him. Then they wanted upside of the gate and pay-per-view revenue. No problem, let's rumble. It was always agreed that it was a title unification, no rematch for either fighter. Toward the end of negotiations, they asked for a rematch when they lose. No problem, you can have a rematch as well. I just want to fight. This is all what Caleb Plant said. Plant told ESPN. Plant told ESPN he agreed to his side of the deal 2 weeks ago with no arguments about money or any stipulation. Besides the one-way rematch clause, it would only go into effect if Alvarez lost, which Plant said he agreed to. There was also the matter of ring size. Alvarez and Billy Joe Saunders battled over the distance inside the ropes ahead of their May fight, which Alvarez won by 9th round TKO after he fractured the Brit's orbital bone. Okay, so basically saying they argued over the size of the ring. It says they battled over the distance inside the ropes, but basically they argued over the size of the ring. In the end, Alvarez got his wish, a 22 by 22 foot ring. Nevada State Athletic Commission guidelines call for a standard 20 by 20 foot ring. Plant agreed to it. The Nashville native said the star fighter had other ridiculous requests. One that was absurd. If I get injured or sick, then he gets a late replacement for the same amount of guaranteed money. But if he gets sick or injured, then we gotta wait for him, Plant added. We're at 7.5 weeks from the fight. We've lost valuable time that should have been spent promoting and drug testing for a fight of this magnitude. I question whether legacy or money is the real motive. We've been waiting for him to get done with his wedding, shooting his TV show, his golf tournament, and now have tried to give him everything he wants and more to make this fight. I'm more than willing, able, and ready to fight Canelo Alvarez on any date. Those are the real facts, and if anyone has something to say differently, we have the paperwork to prove it. Talks could be revisited, sources said, but time is running out. If Alvarez plans to fight on Mexican Independence Day weekend, as he traditionally does, and if he moves on from the fight with Plant, who holds the only super middleweight title not in Alvarez's possession, another option is to return to 175 pounds for a tilt with Russian Dmitry Bivol, sources say. Alvarez's 2-fight deal with Matchroom Eddie Hearns expired following his May TKO victory over Saunders, opening the door for Alvarez to seek 1-fight deal with Haymon's team, that would have earned him a career-high payday. The Mexican was set to make upwards of $40 million guaranteed, sources said, for the fight that would have been presented in conjunction with Canelo Promotions. I'm coming, my friend. Alvarez, 56-1-2, with 38 KOs said in the ring after he fractured Saunders' orbital bone, a Coley delivered warning to Plant. The deal, negotiated by Alvarez's reigning trainer of the year, Eddie Reynoso, would have Mark Alvarez return to pay-per-view, a platform he has headlined on 9 times since the fight with Shane Mosley in 2012. All right, I'm going to skip all this other stuff because it's just talking about Canelo and Triple G and different fights and this, that, and other. Then it gets to the end. It says, basically talks about what the Canelo fight could have done for PBC. Talks about PBC putting on the pay-per-views of Wilder and Fury and Spence and such and such and such. Let me see what else. Anything else pertinent in here? For now, Alvarez is left to submit an opponent for September 18th, whether that means circling back to Plant or finding someone else. Alvarez had actually began preparation for Plant, 21-0, 12 KOs, at his gym in San Diego. And it talks about his 2 dates of Cinco de Mayo and Mexican Independence Day that he usually takes. It talks about it being pound for pound, etc. So basically, the negotiations have stalled, and those are the points in which the negotiations stalled on. You know, y'all give me your opinion, y'all's take on, you know, what you think about what you just heard. I don't need any critiquing on my reading. Just give me what your take on what you just heard as opposed to the story. Lilo 404 boxing them out.